I would have never guessed El Salvador is the way it is. My mother is from there and she always speaks about it. But experiencing the culture firsthand was something else. The culture is so astonishing, and where do I begin? The food is amazing. My favorite dish is pupusas, which are basically tortillas filled with cheese, beans, or whatever you like. My favorite kind is the pupusa made of beans and cheese. I also like rigas, which are basically corn patties that are cooked in between plantain leaves to give it a sweet taste. I also love horchata. It's a sweet drink that is made of ground almonds, sesame seeds, rice, barley, and tiger nuts or melon seeds. I love to drink this on a hot day. The people here are so sweet and humble. I notice how a neighborhood treats each other as if they were family. Everyone that passes by greets each other, even if you don't know them. I spent Christmas here, and to my surprise, no one gives each other Christmas presents. Christmas in El Salvador is all about God, family, and food and fireworks. Some of my favorite sites include Limo Mountain and the beach El Tunco. Limo Mountain is where you can zip line and stay the night in cabins with the family, and the food is included. I enjoyed spending time with family, ziplining, and getting in touch with nature. El Tunco is a beach where you can surf, eat, swim, and party. Surfing was great, and the food was even better. And fun fact, this place was Paul Walker's favorite place to surf. I went to several sites and cities, and they were all great, but they had their differences. The first city I went to was San Salvador. It is the capital and it is filled with buildings. Not to the point that it looks like New York, because the architecture doesn't compare since it's the third world country and all. San Salvador is the only place in El Salvador where they have an airport. There is only one, and it is very small. This is the most modernized and advanced city in El Salvador. They have things such as amusement parks, something that is only seen in the capital. They also have all the good hospitals and shopping malls. San Salvador has a high income area and a low income area as well. Then I went to Metapan, the city where my family lives in. This city doesn't have buildings at all. It's just where a bunch of rundown little houses are. This is a middle class city of El Salvador. Here you can find paved streets and such, but they are not as modernized as the capital is. However, they do have things like little soccer stadiums and such. In the streets of Metapan, you can find street vendors selling anything from towels to mangoes. People find a way to make a living. Metapan is a city with relatively low crime rates compared to the other cities. Another city I visited was La Zacualpa. It is a little town near La Laguna de la Guija. People here are poor and make money by selling ice cream and things like that. Girls are expected to drop out of school when they hit their teenage years. Girls will stay home and cook and clean or look for a full-time job. People in this area are not very educated because even the men will drop out to get a job to provide for their families as it is expected to do so. A lot of these people are also darker since they are always in the sun. People here drink dirty water from the lake and don't get sick. They have become accustomed to the water. They freeze the water to make slushies and sell them. They definitely take advantage of the fact that they're near a lake. They will go fishing often, and their diet consists of fish. I also visited Santa Elena. Santa Elena is near the capital. They are a very high income area, and you can tell here it is very prominent that the financial gap is here, and people here live in extravagant houses with maids and all sorts of commodities. You go to the grocery store and you could tell that they are dressed to impress. You can also find Wendy's, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and even upscale salons such as OPI here. You can find all sorts of franchises. All people here have electricity and access to clean water. This is something not many people in El Salvador have. On the other hand, Canton de la Joya is a total opposite version of Santa Elena. Canton de la Joya is a highly impoverished area. No one has filtered water. Some are fortunate enough to get some tap water. However, most people just go down to the river to get their water. In El Salvador, there is no mass health. If you can't afford health care, then good luck. People in these kinds of regions don't go to the hospital, they go to the curandero. The curandero has no medical certification, they just know several home remedies, usually consisting of herbs.